the official.
No, it's fine.
started.
I just only want to wear this during the Mario thing, so I'm not
Wear
gonna...
it forever, man.
I want this shit forever, man, never, man, never, man. I shot this shit out at the mall.
All right. Hey, this is Roman.
And Ruben.
And welcome to Roman and Ruben Reactions. We're going to be talking about the Super Mario Galaxy film that we just saw last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And let's get into it. What did you think?
To be honest with you, I liked the first one better. I think that the first one was a little bit more geared towards, obviously for the kids, but also for adults. There was some adult humor, or at least humor that adults can appreciate. Mm-hmm. So, because, sometimes, adults, parents will hear like, no, I want to see this movie. And you're like, oh, good Lord, can't find someone to take them. Okay, fine, I'll take you. And then they have to grit their teeth and, try to act like they're having a good time and really they're bored out of their minds. Mm-hmm. The first one I felt really held their attention. They laughed. I mean, it has Chris Pratt in it. I'm like, how can you go wrong with Chris Pratt? But I feel like the second one was definitely geared more towards the kids completely. There were some few surprises in there. You had Star Fox. That was really exciting because I was a huge fan of Star Fox 64. But the theme of it is our heroes travel through space to stop Bowser Jr. from using Princess Rosalina's cosmic powers to power a universe-destroying weapon of mass destruction, basically. To be honest with you, I didn't know who Rosalina was. I'm very old school. I stopped, playing video games consistently after the 64, so I don't know who she was. But at least I thought it was interesting they gave Peach finally a backstory. She's made from cosmic dust or whatever, manifested into a sentient being. I thought that was really interesting. But I was excited because we got to see Yoshi. I kind of feel like Yoshi was a missed opportunity. I remember laughing hysterically. There's a scene where Yoshi's walking through the real world and he eats a dog and that's barking at him. I thought that was hilarious. The whole audience reacted very positively to that. And I felt like we needed more of that. Instead, we got kind of like a Groot version of Yoshi. I kind of felt they should have dove into that a little bit further. I wish they would have. They didn't. I kind of wish they would have focused more on the Koopa kids. The names of the kids are different from the video game versus the television show.
Yeah.
But I honestly didn't know who Bowser Jr. was. Go figure. I'm kind of not with the times. But it was good. But I just wanted a little bit more. And I felt like it was pretty fast. It ended quickly. I didn't write down how long the movie was, but it was okay. Out of 10, I give it 6.5 just because it wasn't for me. If I had any of my nieces and nephews with me, they'd probably say 10 out of 10, but for me, I'd give it a 6.5. I didn't hate it. It wasn't my favorite. I liked the first one better, but that's what I thought. Sorry for the rant. What'd you think?
I thought the animation was really bright and colorful. It was consistent with the first film. A lot of great colors, a lot of good animation, fluid animation. I love the fact that the aesthetic, it looked just like the video game, essentially. I mean, it looked, the characters looked on point, everything. They didn't try to redesign everything. They didn't try to reinvent the wheel.
Yep.
I mean, there's nothing really just surface level to have any complaints about. I think my one big criticism of the film was I felt like it was a missed opportunity because you have literally 40 years worth of history here in this video game. And, I certainly think it's great to satisfy the kid audience, the children's audience in this, because that's, largely primarily what your target audience is. But I thought it would have been great if they had just, done some in-humor, if they had done a little bit of, I mean, Koopa was funny. I like Jack Black as King Koopa. I thought he was pretty enjoyable. But other than the fact that basically watching the movie and saying, oh, I remember that character from that game, and I remember that character from that
berries.
game. It didn't really have anything else to offer other than just it made me want to play the video games,
there was a lot of Where's Waldo-ish kind of stuff going on. Oh, there's that one thing in there, and oh, there's that one thing, and a lot of hidden meanings.
And I felt, too, it was a little too quick. I felt
Yeah.
like if you're literally doing Super Mario, you're skipping over the Mario Brothers, sequels, Super Mario 64.
A little rushed.
Yeah, it just like they kind of went to the front of the class with that one, and I felt like they could have, because there is story, there is lore in the Super Mario. Even though it's not a book series, it's a video game series. There's still a lot of characters and storylines they could have delved into.
We didn't leave wanting more, basically.
Yeah, exactly. I did, like you, I wanted to see more of the Koopa kids. I wanted to see, where are all his siblings? Because, I think King Koopa, I think Koopa was a Rolling Stone. I think he got around a little bit around the galaxy to different planets and had different sorts of reptilian children. But, maybe for a sequel, they could do more of the kids and explain that. And then the relationship I like between the father and the son. I liked how
that was
King Koopa was trying to reform himself, and then if you think about it, the kid was a villain, but the kid just wanted to have his dad back, and it's like, okay, I'm going to switch to becoming a villain again to have that bond with my son. So I thought that was pretty funny. I thought that was an interesting little story.
It's like taking your kid fishing for the first time.
Oh yeah,
equivalent.
Exactly. I'm glad that it was in the theater. I'm glad that it's doing well, that it's doing good business. I mean, how much it's made a lot of money. How much has it made, Ruben?
It has made total as of the 19th. It has made $747 million from a budget of $110 million. And to be a little bit more specific, domestically, which includes Canada, it's made $355.2 million, and then internationally, it made $392.2 million, which is amazing. They definitely made their money back and then some. I don't know if it'll make $1 billion. I wouldn't bet on that, but I think it's like number one right now, isn't it?
It's number one. Yeah, it was
That's
number
fantastic.
one box office.
I didn't expect that, and that's indeed the case. So good for them.
That's great to hear that it's making some good money. And I mean, and to round up also my number, I think I'd give it about a 6 out of 10. I liked it just a little bit more than average, but again, I did want to see more. And then Chris Pratt, Charlie Day playing Super Mario and Luigi respectively.
Love them.
The only thing was, though, this is just one last criticism I'll say. I want them to sound like the characters. I want them to go, "It's a me, Mario." I know that might be grating. Maybe they tested that. Maybe they had like people come in and say, Chris Pratt sounding like an Italian plumber is very annoying to the ear, so let's just have him sound like Chris Pratt.
Right.
So maybe that was it too. Maybe it was just hearing that constantly. But who else was in it? It was Anya Taylor-Joy was in it?
Yeah, so starring, of course, Chris Pratt, Charlie Day, Anya Taylor-Joy, Jack Black, Keegan Michael Key, Benny Safdie, I don't know who that is, Donald Glover, Brie Larson, Glenn Powell, freaking love him as Star Fox, and it was directed by Aaron Hovarth and Michael Jelenic. I've never heard of them, and I guess it was written by Matthew Fogel. You guys did great. Even though it wasn't for us, it's a soaring success. So good for them. Kudos to the entire cast. And I have to say, Brie Larson, I thought she was fantastic. She's been shit on, quite a bit by a lot of people out there. But I found her to be very pleasant. She's been doing some promotional work. I look forward to seeing her in more movies. She's a very pleasant person.
She's a solid actress. She did a great job. I look forward to seeing more from Brie Larson and the rest of the cast. And so happy to hear that it's doing well. And if you haven't seen it yet, go see Super Mario Galaxies. Take your kids, take your girlfriend, take your girlfriend's kids. But go see Super Mario Galaxy.